Welcome to episode 2 of Podnutz. In this episode, we're going to be talking about internet security, spyware, malware, how you get it, how you get rid of it. Enjoy the show. I am here today with Mike Petro from Petro Computer Solutions. Mike's a wizard at internet security, spyware, adware, viruses, and how to get rid of them. So we're going to pick his brain this week and see what we could find out. Mike's been working in IT since 1996. For the last 5 years, he's been working as an independent service tech, doing repairs and on-site calls for residential and small business customers. So how's it going, Mike?
Pretty good. How about you, Steve?
Good. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, Mike, what's your take on how people can best protect themselves when surfing the net?
Well, I think it's more important to know how not to protect yourself, and a lot of people really think as long as they have an antivirus installed, such as Norton or McAfee, or really anything, that they're pretty much immune to any kind of vulnerability or threat that they may receive online, which isn't true. My personal take on the situation is there's far better ways besides just having an all-in-one antivirus program, which really won't even work to protect you against everything you may encounter. It does provide some level, but I think a lot of it has to do with the first thing we can talk about is Windows updates.
Okay. What about Windows updates?
Well, basically, Windows updates is something that a lot of people pretty much ignore. They'll see the XP yellow icon down by their clock stating new updates are available and ready to install. And actually, some people actually think that this is a nuisance message, and they totally ignore it, and it's the worst thing you can do. Basically, what those updates are is Microsoft recognizing vulnerabilities and exploits in their own software and producing a patch to cover that exploit. Basically, what happens is if your computer is vulnerable and you go to a certain website that will take advantage of the exploit, that's how you get infected. And there's really no way you can prevent it. If the exploit's there and the vulnerability's there, you're pretty much in trouble.
Well, it makes sense, but yeah, I agree. When people see that little yellow shield at the bottom of their screen, they think it might even be spyware. They don't trust it, because I think a lot of people have been told never click on a pop-up window or a pop-up balloon or anything on your screen that's telling you to download something. So yeah, if you see the yellow shield telling you to update that it's a Windows update, definitely click that and get the latest updates, or set your computer to automatic updates, which is how I have mine set.
Exactly. Automatic updates. And another thing that's important to mention is even if you buy a brand new computer, if I went to the store and bought a brand new computer tonight, it would not be completely updated. There would probably be 40, 60 updates that are still necessary to download. You're getting close to being updated with Windows is when you get prompted to install Internet Explorer 7. After you do Internet Explorer 7, there's about 4 or 5 more that you might have to do. And that pretty much takes you up to date.
By you talking about that, it makes me think of this one problem that I've been noticing with new computers coming pre-packaged with like the Norton Internet Security Suite or like the McAfee full-blown security package. What should somebody do if they get a new computer and they have this package on there? What would you do?
Remove it.
That's the first thing I did, was I removed mine. As soon as I took mine out of the box, I removed it, and the computer ran twice as fast. Okay, so now I'm not protected. So once you remove it, what do you do?
Well, you can always install an antivirus software, and there's plenty of free ones like AVG, Avast, Kaspersky, I think it's called.
Yeah, I don't know if that's free. It might have a free trial.
I think they have a free online scanner. But you want something that runs resident, meaning that it runs full-time protection. It's constantly monitoring your system. Programs like adware, where you just run as an ad-need basis, they don't really give you that full level of protection. You want something that when a threat comes in, the computer can automatically recognize and intercept it. But the problem is with a lot of these programs is they can't intercept it. The program comes on so strong, and what we're talking about is malware. We're not really talking about viruses. That kind of is outdated, because really the most common infections today won't spread to other machines, which is the classic definition of a virus. It spreads to another machine as a virus in the human body spreads to another person. Really, I think there's much other better ways besides the Windows updates that you can protect yourself, such as safe and cautious browsing.
That's what I was going to ask you. What would you do if once you uninstall the Norton or uninstall the McAfee, now what? Okay, you can install AVG and it'll run and it'll stop some things, but what's the best way to not get in trouble virus-wise?
Well, There's a lot of ways that you can get infected, and you pretty much have to identify where you would be at risk. Number one, peer-to-peer file sharing softwares like LimeWire. Classic ways to get viruses. You think you're downloading a song, you double-click on it, you're actually executing a virus that has the name of a song and artist that you might be looking at. I don't recommend using the peer-to-peer anyway. Not only is it illegal, you risk being sued by the record labels or the movie companies. It's just not worth it. You pay your $1 on iTunes, you don't have to worry about it.
And, me and you are both in the business, Mike, and I would probably say half of the computers I get are computers that have LimeWire on them. Like, people bring their computers to me to fix because they have a virus, and I always see LimeWire on the computer almost every time.
And that's true, and it's a common way. When these computers get infected on LimeWire, it basically generates a library of 3,000-4,000 bogus songs with all the popular artists, and they're all viruses. And
right.
You could look and notice, why is this song only 400K? A song is usually 4 or 5 megabytes.
Right. Most people aren't. Most people,
yeah, right. Most people wouldn't even realize that. But other than LimeWire and downloading content like that, a big way that I see people get infected is by getting tricked. A lot of sites will launch pop-up messages, and that's just a way to bring some revenue on their site. But sometimes you'll get a message that says, your computer's infected, or your computer, we have found 8,000 registry problems. And sometimes they're clever enough to kind of give it the scheme of a Windows message. It follows the colors, it has the logos,
right.
and people fall for this, and they think that it's a message that's coming up and telling you that you're infected. Now, the thing is, other than Windows telling you have updates, it never tells you that you're infected. If you see something down at your bottom of your clock where the taskbar is, and it looks like a shield similar to the Windows Update shield, and it's alerting you of all these spyware and virus infections,
it's a fake.
It's fake. All they're really trying to do is make you buy a program that's not going to work.
Right.
It's just money-making, revenue-inducing tactics, and it, not only is it unethical, but it's theft.
Right. And not everybody has such a keen eye to seeing a scam when it's right in front of their face. Some people, in my experience, have more of a sense that they're being scammed than others. So the scammers will try anything they can. They'll put everything they can up in front of your face to try to get you to click on something. But like Mike said, safe internet browsing is probably the best way to be safe on the internet. I don't even use an antivirus. I don't even use an anti-spyware personally.
Me neither.
I run Firefox and sometimes Internet Explorer version 7. And as long as you go to trusted sites, you're okay. I mean, I'm running Vista, same with XP. On my XP machine, almost never got infected or never got a virus if you surf the internet.